You have all received a call from Alex, your handler, and Croy is missing from this frame because I didn't encounter the extra person.
Have we been introduced to Alex yet, or will this be our first time meeting him in person?
For the new ones, yeah. I believe we will meet
You would have met Alex.
Okay.
Who's Alex?
Between the last episode which we're in, because this is a couple of days after. So yeah, you're all aware of Alex has been designated your handler, your communicado for most of the missions that you are going to participate on.
What a big coat.
And you've all been asked to meet up at 9 o'clock in the afternoon. It's pretty late. And you are all meeting at a closed bus terminal.
Question, where are we meeting?
Close bus.
And what time is it?
It's 9 o'clock.
Okay, I'm Croy now.
It's
I'm
9 o'clock.
I'm having difficulties. Don't worry about it.
It's fine. He's a spinning Discord ball at the moment. It's fine.
I'll just try to put up a Scottish accent once in a while, but
Definitely. It works every time.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay,
Just
that'll
can't see
do.
you.
That'll do. We'll live with that just now then.
So yeah, you've all been asked to meet at 9 o'clock in a closed bus stand terminus thing.
9 p.m. I guess.
9 p.m. Yes, in the afternoon. It's getting late. You've all asked to meet up. Lancelot, you're the first to arrive.
Yes. I'm very punctual.
And as you arrive, you notice it's pretty dark and cold around here. This bus station. You followed your sat nav to this location. This is where you're told. There's no one here yet. And as you're stood there waiting, you see, turning around the corner, is a large blue object.
What?
Object or person?
At first, you thought it was an object. You very quickly realised it is Pangolin coming round the corner.
You were right the first time then, it's an object.
What?
I will wave to Pangolin. I appear to have his attention.
Yep, and you meet up, and before long,
Boy, I'm Pangolin.
Brian turns up. And shortly followed, Gem
Brian.
would turn up. And you're all stood here, just kind of sat waiting. You don't know what you've been asked for, why you're here.
Hey, Pangolin. How's it going?
Okay.
What have you been up to? Haven't seen you for a while.
Apparently I ate someone.
Good on you. I hope it deserved it. Was it tasty?
I don't remember.
But you haven't seen Alex, have you? It wasn't Alex. Oh, go on. Please tell me it was Alex.
Yeah.
Uh,
Wonder if he's got a new coat though.
I saw him the other day. He was wearing the same coat.
Oh.
What? Who are your friends?
Yes, Pangolin. Who is this stranger?
This is a robot man. He sits in a robot. And this is Brian. He does something with his mind. Robot man, Brian, this is Gem. He
Oh, yeah.
sometimes isn't here.
what do you mean sometimes? Yeah, of course, nobody's always at the same spot. I mean,
And I appear behind Brain and I tap him on the shoulder. Hey, See, that's how it works. And I kind of look round over your shoulder and go, right. And I drop back to where I was before.
Teleportation?
Yeah, of a sort. It usually requires a little bit more of a bathroom finesse, but yes, absolutely.
Just the way that Pangolin always talked about it, always sounded like you were mostly invisible.
He's there, and then you don't see him anymore.
Yes.
Well, what about you guys then? Why did Alex get a hold of you?
I'm big and blue.
Well,
And
I move things with my mind, so.
and I can build things,
He sits in a robot.
and
That's
I
not-
sit in a robotic suit.
Can you fly? That sounds
Yes.
useful. Huh. Wow. Alex is doing well at gathering up the people.
You keep seeing me not even sitting on a chair, but floating above it because I never really touch the ground.
Damn. Where is he anyway, Alex?
I don't know. Maybe he's invisible.
No idea.
Brian, perhaps not float everywhere. We're trying to keep this low key. I say while stood next to Pangolin. We're trying not to draw attention to ourselves.
What's low key?
Well, we're in a city full of mutants, so why would I stay low key here?
What? Hang on a minute. Have you been tagged?
I don't think you're in Sanctuary right now.
Have
Yeah,
you?
Sanctuary's got ceiling. This hasn't got ceiling. Well,
Are we on the surface?
Yeah,
Brian-
you're at a bus station in London at the
Oh,
moment.
then I'm sitting down again.
it sinks down to
Oh, it's good though. So is this us then?
no, Alex isn't here.
No.
So no,
And
didn't say much.
as you're talking, in the distance, you see two figures appear, walking towards you. Some of you recognize Igni. And most of you all recognize Alex. Of course, Lancelot, and Brian. You've never really met Alex. You were told that, you were given the contact details of him and everything, but you've yet to actually meet him.
He said Brian again. Don't know if it was a mistake or if it was following along with the joke at this point.
As soon as Alex is here, I'm like, "You're Alex, right?" The voice in my head just told me you're Alex.
Hey, Alex.
Hi, guys.
Nice coat.
And you see he's wearing a long red coat at the moment.
It's a tiny crop.
Voice rank.
He teleported.
Tiny cry moments.
Yeah, and you you see he's wearing a long red coat. As he comes
Doesn't suit
towards
you.
you. You say that about any coat, Pangolin.
Because you haven't found one that suits you yet.
Well, I tell you what, why don't you buy me one?
Right.
Right, I suppose you're all wondering why I've called you all here late at night.
I mean, yes.
Well, quite simply, time is of the essence on this one. We haven't got long. And you're all we could get hold of at this short time. Not that I don't think you'll
that's an insult.
be able to do the job, but
Look, I know we haven't got Weeping Widow with us, and I know we haven't got Gun with us,
yes.
but you picked these guys for a reason, right?
Yes, because they wanted to fight against kinetics.
Igni's just gonna sort of tug on Alex's arm and just go, "Which one's he?"
Agnew.
Who?
Hey, Bango.
Cat stream.
Oh,
That's true.
him. That's Gem.
Hi.
Hey, Gem.
The,
I'm
the
Igni.
one who the
Igni,
one who
good to meet you.
teleports.
Ah, that's cool. I've seen a few teleporters down in Sanctuary. For
Yeah,
everyone
it's great fun.
picturing right now is basically looks like a youth in a big hoodie, like a big oversized hoodie, hood up, sort of head sort of down. Something looks a bit wrong if you look at her sort of over her shoulders a bit. It looks like the hoodie is a bit bulging, and if you look hard enough, you can see that her skin is actually red on her face, and her eyes are yellow, which is in incognito mode right now.
This
So
is Igni. She's a dragon.
cool. You breathe fire, do you?
I can do, yeah.
Well, we one of our first missions, Alex. Remember that one up in the block of flats with the burning lad, Robert or whatever his name was.
Yes, I remember.
Is that are they related?
Who?
Siblings?
I'm an only child.
Oh.
But
Oh, okay.
Um,
Good to meet you.
I think I spoke to you on the group chat.
Yeah. Have you seen my YouTube channel? I haven't posted much. I've gone a bit
No, I
underground.
don't get much. We don't get much internet access. I don't tend to watch much YouTube if I'm in the library.
What's this YouTube?
I think it's one of those social media platform thingies where they put cat videos on.
Oh, what's
Bendy
social
Brooklyn.
media?
You seen her?
No,
No?
no. Well, I'm from Sanctuary. I think he was
Oh, okay.
homeless, and I think he's an old man,
Oh.
Pangolin.
and he's pangolin.
Oi.
Well, good to meet you.
You're all familiar because we haven't really got much time here.
Right.
Yes.
Right, as quickly as you can, you're all to get into that vehicle over there. And as he points, you all notice there's a van parked up.
Wherever
I
the
start
ice
walking
cream.
towards the van.
A bathtub towards the van door. Shotgun.
Will you need me in my in my suit?
Yes, I'd get in it now if I was you.
Ah,
Am I
it's just
okay?
it's back. I'll just sort of point towards a rather battered looking recreational vehicle nearby.
I
That's
just
exactly-
I just point my hand to it and open it with my telekinesis and move all your suit parts towards you.
Yeah.
Um,
And you see bits and bobs of all your belongings in your car slowly floating towards you.
Fire jerk.
Brian, remember we're in public. I'll just sort of rush over to the big heavy boxes. It's like we're in public for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, Brian, we're in public, so don't do it. I gave you your idol's brains the name.
Yeah,
Alex,
just shunt as much as possible into the back of the car and sort of try and sort of put the bulky suit on while nobody's watching.
Oh, I'm back here.
Alex, am
Right.
I alright to be seen or?
It's 9 o'clock at night in London. It's on a Friday night. Nobody's round these parts. You'll be fine. Now, hurry up. Get in the van.
And if
Not the
we
weirdest
wanna
thing in
try
London.
to be low key, it's a little bit hard when we have these two guys here that don't really look human.
What?
Easy.
It's,
Give you the
it's
stink
late
eye.
at night. We need to be quick before we are seen.
I
So,
go get
let's
Well, I'm in
go.
the van. Stop talking.
You don't
I
need
get
to worry
in
about
next to Pangolin.
Pangolin.
What?
He's fine. He blends in. It's people don't see him. It's amazing how that happens.
Yeah, so I'll just start cobbling the
On
suit
motorway.
back together as I'm in the back of the car, trying to
Yeah,
put
what
stuff
happened
on.
on what happened on the motorway, Pango? I saw that. I had to go in and get. Yeah, that was something. My goodness, did a number on that helicopter. Did you kill anybody?
No.
Right, you all in?
Yep.
Yeah.
Good. Right. And he bangs on the wall behind the driver, and the van starts moving. The door shuts. Right. Like I said, guys, time is of the essence for you. Any of you got a fear of heights?
Yeah.
Good one.
Seriously.
No, not heights, depths.
Good. Right. And he starts
Okay,
passing
let's
you
go.
these rucksacks. Put them on. Make sure they're clipped and
Oh.
fastened.
Excellent,
What is it?
Alex.
What
Excellent.
is it?
About
It's a
time.
parachute. It'll stop you
I
from
don't
dying when
really-
you hit the floor.
I don't really need it because of the obvious things.
Yeah, I don't really need it either, but but still, I like your style.
I also don't quite know how I'd get it on.
It is a 2-part parachute. You'll need to put it on regardless.
Okay, well, I'm not quite sure how.
Right, well, I'll help you. And he starts helping you out. Right, there's 2 levers on it. The red lever on your right is for entering.
Right.
The yellow lever on your left is for extracting.
Left.
Don't get
Right.
them mixed up, for the love of God.
Who?
In, out. In,
Uh,
out.
For reference, again, I would have had to have taken my hoodie off, and you can see my skin is completely red scales, and I've got 2 large dragon wings on my back that now Alex is somehow going to attempt to get a backpack over.
So, and I look at that when I see you in the mirror in the van, and I'm like, and I look round at you, and I look at Pangolin. I'm like, Pangolin,
Yeah?
your description was spot on.
She's a dragon.
Huh? Hey, Igni. Good to meet you. Cool. All right then.
Feel
Right, so
irrelevant.
yellow one in, red one out. Right.
Put red one in, yellow one out.
Oh,
Out of character, if any of you are thinking of something and you want my character to hear it as a voice in his head, make it so.
Right. Now the mission's quick. You don't have long. You're about to get into a plane. The plane's going to fly you over a house. The house, you're going to drop in. You've got about 2 hours. You get in, get as much information as you can, and get out. To get out, simply leave the premises and pull the yellow cord. And we'll do the rest. Any questions?
I raised my hand.
push
Yes,
it to
Igni.
work on the ground.
Can I just fly after the plane?
How fast can you fly?
About 250 miles an hour?
What?
No, you're not quick enough.
How fast is this plane going?
How fast was I able to fly? 'Cause
Faster than 250 miles an hour.
Oh, you're learning quickly. Right. You
One
can
question.
feel free to fly down if you wish, but you'll need the escape cord just in case. Yes, Berglin. Is it about my coat?
What's with that coat?
It's easier to hide the blood on it.
It's the wrong colour.
Question.
Yes,
Why is
Lancelot.
it? Because he wears it because
Yes.
he thinks it makes him look manly.
What's with his obsession with your coat?
I don't know. I wish I knew.
Don't worry. Don't worry about it. We need to keep him occupied so that his brain doesn't get sidetracked into smashing things. So
Whoa.
it's really important until obviously we're ready that he smash things. Hey, Pango, you're good at that.
You should all be aware.
I have another
The
question.
house that you're going to is highly defended and highly alarmed. Should you trigger the alarm, get out, pull the yellow cord, we'll get you. If you have not pulled that cord within 2 hours of us saying goodbye, you're on your own.
Whose house exactly are we raiding?
You're going to a place called Red Stag Castle. It is the current residence of Walter Hugh,
Oh.
Who?
Oh.
the CEO of Kinetics.
Alex, you really have given us a good job. What
We-
brought this on?
We have managed
Yes,
to
we
establish...
kill him, right?
No, he's not going to be there. This is why you're going. We've managed to find a window for the next 2 hours where the house is going to be empty. Maybe a few light security, which you are to avoid at all costs, and get whatever information you can out of his house. We don't know what's there, what you may find, but anything might help.
But when he comes home, we kill him, right?
No.
No,
You're getting in
Azrael,
and out before he arrives.
we've been told by yon white-winged in down
Infinity?
below
Yes.
that it's not his time yet. That's what we were told. He said it's not his time.
Under no circumstances are you to interact with Walter Hugh.
What if he comes home?
Then you leave.
Boo.
This is
Oh,
a
he is-
This is a non-combat situation, because the
Nice.
moment kinetics realize you're there, you will be swamped. We will not be able to extract you. You will be on your own.
Alex, you have surpassed yourself this time, my friend. Well done.
Yes.
This sounds like one of the best, most lucrative, most sensible places to go. What are we getting?
I
What
wish
we
I had
taking
more
from him?
time. Information, anything that you find that might be helpful. But his house is armed and defended. As far as we know, there are mutants that will defend his house, and they are far superior to what anything you've ever come against. So it is a no-fight situation. Do you understand?
How heavy is the house?
I'm gonna
How
go ahead
heavy-
and guess it's a castle.
It's a castle. Heavily fortified and very hard to get to. The only reason we're able to drop you in and extract you is by using a very fast jet.
Not my question. If it's maybe I could just lift the entire castle and take it with us, and we have all the information we need.
That's not exactly subtle, is it?
We're stealing a castle?
I don't believe that that's within your power. But I don't see how that would be a great idea, because you'd have to literally walk with it. I don't think we'd have anything that could pick you and the castle up.
I think the idea is that we get in there and get out and nobody notices. Correct me if I'm wrong, Alex. Does that sound about
Ideally.
right?
But if the
Aye,
cost
well.
of the information is to leave a trail, then you leave a trail, for Christ's sake. Ideally, if you can get in and out without ever them knowing that you were there, that would be great, but not at the cost of losing information or anything that's vital. Yes, Pangolin.
I think you've picked the wrong person.
No, we haven't.
Right.
Just think, Pangolin, if there's a big wall that we need to get through, you'll be able to get through it.
Look at
Right.
them.
And you'll all need these. You better attach them to your waist. And he hands you a hook that he clearly attaches onto the parachute wraps that you've got on. We should almost be here.
How fast are we going to be travelling? Are we hitting sound? Oh, we must not. That's a bit unsubtle. We're going to be flying low, right?
Oh, we're going faster than 250 miles an hour.
Well, the speed
Well,
of sound is like 300, isn't it?
Make me shrugs.
This is where I apologize. You're not necessarily in a plane of some sort.
Oh,
You'll be flying.
I love it. I love it. I'm here
Right.
for it. Oh,
And as he says that, the truck comes to a small halt. Right, I think we're here. And as
which
he
line?
opens,
Or
as he
Is
opens
he
the, go on.
thinking of how we are traveling? Because he has asked of it, surface thoughts.
And as you don't pick up any surface thoughts. No, there is. The one voice that you definitely can't hear is Alex's. You don't know why. You can hear everybody
Know whose
else's,
voices they are. I just hear
Yeah.
voices.
but you never
can
hear
hear-
anything. You never hear anything that sounds like Alex.
He's still got his bracelet on, has he?
you can hear a Scottish accent, and it's saying, "I bet I could beat Igny in a skydive."
You hear Igny's voice just going, "This parachute is really itchy."
Yeah, it is. Say out
And
loud.
as you all step out the van, you are on a very flat field that's got like a dirt road along the middle. And as you look to one side, there is a very shiny but hard to see black bird at one end of this makeshift runway. It doesn't look big. And Alex escorts you all to there. And as you get there, this plane is no bigger than the size of like a military jet. And you see that there's somebody sat in the one seat that's in it.
I won't fit in that.
Alex, I have questions.
Yes, what's wrong now?
I don't think Pangolin's going to fit in that.
In, no, on, yes.
Wait,
Right.
what?
What?
That's what the hooks are for. Right, over here. And he takes you to the back of the jet. And along the wings of the jet, there are these hoops. And he grabs your hook, Igni, and he hooks it onto the first one. And then he shows you these little pockets. Hands there, hold on tight.
I have a
Alex.
question. How are the people who can't breathe in higher atmospheres going to not suffocate and die?
The flight will be 10 seconds. Hold your breath.
Alex, did you get this idea from one of my videos? It looks awful like the one that I did where we had 3 of us diving off the wing of a plane.
No.
Fall
Go
off
on,
planes.
you watched it. You watched it, did you, Alex? Go on. Tell
I
me.
may have seen it for security purposes as background checks.
I knew it.
Oh,
Right,
that
you don't
people
have
that thought people on the wing were crazy.
you don't have to worry about unhooking yourselves. The pilot will do that for you. Just
He's
make
gonna
sure
walk
you let
along with
go
the
of the
pilot.
wing.
Yeah, that doesn't really make me feel any better.
What's
Don't
the
worry
pilot
about
role?
it.
And as you say that, he goes, "Oh, the pilot is Jimmy." And for the moment, it's that dark you don't realise. But this definitely looks like a kid.
How old's Jimmy?
He's 14.
Is he a legal age to fly?
Technically,
Oh, didn't worry.
no. But he will definitely make sure you're safe.
Did
I'm
he
just gonna
got
shout
his
at the
flying
cockpit.
hours by flight simulator game, or did he actually fly an actual plane in actual
Ted-
life?
Technically speaking, he's had over 200,000 hours of flight simulation training. Will
I'm
that
gonna
Gem
shout at the
walks up.
cockpit. Jimmy, don't kill us, please.
Yeah, Gem walks up to the cockpit and he just goes like this to and gives him a big salute and then a massive big cheesy grin and the thumbs up. Fly
And-
fast, son. Fly fast.
you don't you almost you blink, and in that just before the blink you see him salute, and then as you open your eyes again from the blink, he's back in his cockpit watching.
Flies fast.
Alex, is Jimmy the
I like
plane?
it.
Jimmy is our fastest reflexing pilot we have in our midst. He'll
think
ensure
Pangolin-
that. Yes, Pangolin.
Oi. I don't want this hook thing.
Oh, come here. And he grabs your hook, and he puts your hook right in the middle of the jet. It's not on the wings, it's like on a separate hook that's underneath. Keep
That's
your
probably
head
good choice.
underneath that. And he points to this giant jet engine that's on the back.
But things come out that end.
Yes, hot things. Don't go near it. And
I can
Oh,
take it.
fine.
right, you all hooked on.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this. You're coming. Go
No,
on.
I'm not
There's a
coming.
space at the back. Go on.
No.
You'll love it. Go on.
Right,
Come on.
As I said, the flight will take about 10 seconds, but it'll take him a few seconds to actually get to altitude. When the air starts getting thin,
9,
take a deep
10.
breath, and
7, 6.
by the time you
5,
realise that you're about to run
4,
out, you'll probably be released and falling down.
2, 1.
It sounds like a terrible idea, Alex.
We're not
Oh,
going
it
yet.
sounds great. Let's go. Anybody that's a bit worried, hold my hand.
He's not
Sorry.
flying that high that you won't be able to breathe, just you'll be fine.
It's more the speed that stops breathing.
Yes, I know, you'll probably all get whiplash, guaranteed. Right,
I can take it.
Yes, they will all get whiplash.
I can take it.
you all ready? Right,
No.
on
No.
yours.
Joking? I was ready for this the day I was born. Let's go.
Alex,
Um,
if we die, I'm gonna haunt you.
Alex, if we die, you need to get a new cart.
If we are going to die, I'm gonna kill you. Wait,
Oh.
is that possible?
Hi, Alex.
And
Turning all of my computer, I'm turning all the visual recorders on the helmet of the suit on. I'm recording all of this for posterity.
Gotta
I
go
just
for
stretch
out.
my wings at a couple of flaps.
And next minute, the jet's engines all light up and everything. A giant green flame starts pouring out the back.
I stick my arms out like an airplane.
And the plane starts moving, and you're all kind of walking with it at this moment.
I'm
This is
hovering.
awkward.
Don't trip! Or you'll die!
10, 9,
I'm hovering.
8, 7,
And
6,
all of a sudden,
5. Oh!
in the same moment that you feel an explosion behind you of this jet flame throws itself a mile back,
What was
you
that?
feel a shimmer around you, and you feel like you couldn't let go of this plane even if you wanted to. And all of a sudden, the jet goes from a simple roll, and you're in the air. You don't even remember taking off.
Em lets or tries to just go, but he can't actually open his mouth because the air is just like.
Well, this is
right.
the thing. You're sat there. You don't even feel the air. You could definitely feel a slight pull, but it's almost as if something's holding you.
You look down.
Yeah, you look down and you're above the clouds already.
Are they zipping past?
Yeah,
Like,
they're
super
just
fast?
like so. They're just like one after another so quickly.
Oh,
And you kind of look around. You see this shimmer across the whole plane, and it surrounds each and every one of you. And you look around at each other.
Is he a fellow kinetic?
You haven't got the ability to talk to each other right now. Okay.
In Brian's head, he just hears a feminine voice going, "How are we supposed to know where we're all going to land on the castle?"
And just as you all have these thoughts and everything, and you're admiring this, like, what the hell's just gone on, you feel your guts drop,
yes,
and the hooks have detached.
yes.
Plane, you didn't even see the plane leave you. It's gone.
Yes.
And you are now just all falling in midair.
I'm flying. I'm gonna stay
Yeah.
up.
Gem is an experienced skydiver. He's loving it. He's doing spinning and loops, and he's whooping, and he's just totally. He's
Igni
just
is
totally loving
also
it.
doing.
I'm
bullet
falling
dive
like
in
a
the
lead
air.
weight because battle armor. Well, technically, mobile armored suit.
It doesn't matter how
battle suit.
fast you fall when you hit terminal velocity. Everyone, no matter how heavy you are, you fall the same speed.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that whoever gave us the parachute took the battle armor into the armor into
Well,
consideration.
they had to take Pangolin into consideration, so I'm sure they did.
We're just spinning around, and just like, well, give a big thumbs up to spinning around and getting to Pangolin, going up to Pangolin, giving them a big thumbs up while we're hurtling down through the air.
I
Yeah.
see everyone fall, and I'm like, I better follow them, and I fly down.
Yep. And you're all coming down. You all fall through the clouds, and you see nothing. It's just pitch black, apart from a few lights down below. You have no idea how high you are or anything.
I see anything more with my dark vision?
As you focus going through the clouds with this wind blowing in your eyes, it takes you a second, but you can vaguely work out a few hills, a small meandering road leading to where all these lights are, and it seems to be a large castle sat in the valley.
A bathtub over to a suit of armor as we're falling,
Yep.
and I give a big thumbs up in front of him.
I'll just sort of.
And where are the other two are flying, right? So they're fine.
I'm free falling with you. I'm just spinning.
Ah,
around.
okay. So yeah, I look over to you and give you a big thumbs up as well, just to check that you're all right.
Give you a big
But you
thumbs
obviously-
back, and you can see like steam coming off the ends of the thumbs, making little
Oh,
trails.
cool. That's not conspicuous, is it?
Actually, given the computer and the heads-up display and all the other gubbins I've got in the suit, I would imagine I've got an altimeter.
Yes. Your
So I know
ultimate.
exactly how far. Yeah, I know exactly how far up we are.
Yep, you do. Let me tell you now.
At least 6.
Beach mode.
It's conveniently malfunctioning.
It currently says you're at 6,000 feet
Oh,
How much is that for?
and dropping.
Not using Imperial?
Use Imperial, it's me as a Masterminds.
Yeah, but
I have to take the helmet off to make that
using
adjustment.
metric.
It's a series of flip switches on the back of the helmet.
Don't
I'd have
worry
to take
about
the
it.
bloody thing off.
Just fall, you'll be fine.
I'm going to move over to Pangolin and make sure his hand is on the red pole, which is the one he needs to get in.
His hands aren't
5,500
either of
feet.
them. He's just standing there with his hands down at his sides, just straight down.
And I'm just flying. I'm like,
Just T-posing your way down.
Question
5,000
while we're
feet.
still in fall. Yeah, exactly. I mean, when exactly are we supposed to pull these cords? Yeah, that was the question I should have asked before we go there.
4,500 feet.
Wouldn't Gem probably be the one person here who would know when he needs to pull the chute? Because he's
The thing
done this
is-
before.
Yeah, but the thing about Gems, he doesn't use a chute. So
Only,
Sure, you-
only Lancelot knows the exact height you are all at the moment. The rest of you are blackness that
he
you're
does. No,
falling on.
Gem has done. He has done parachuting. And
Using the
proper
training, you might
before, so-
remember of what they said.
4,000
So
feet.
I'll just script the. How far up are we at the moment?
There's surely a
4,000
little
feet.
dial. There's surely a dial on the thing, isn't there? Is there not a dial on the thing?
Not on this one.
Oh,
No,
Alex
we
is
didn't.
trying to kill us. That's what it says.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
quick question about what height would I feel safe to pull this cord?
3,500 feet.
Is that an answer
Gems-
or an update?
Gems
Was that
playing
an-
chicken.
That's an
I think
update.
Yeah.
that's an update.
That's an update.
Andy, I would also be able to know how high up we are because I can see distance.
Okay, you're 3,500 feet up.
Would I?
You're
Would
starting
they
to
know?
make out trees.
I'm going to put
You wanna make out individual
Pangolin's
trees,
red.
yeah?
I'm going to pull Pangolin chute for him.
And as you pull the red lever, it does not release.
Uh-oh.
Let me
Oh.
get it has an height release or something.
I'm gonna get right to Pangolin's ear, like holding his head, and just say, "Pull the red one."
3,000
Yeah,
feet.
Yeah, pulling
And,
the cord.
All of a sudden, at 3,000 feet, you on all of your little parachutes, right above the little red lever, a little red light starts blinking.
Pulling.
The red thing.
I just see the light and I'm like, okay.
And
I just
yeah,
put my wings out,
now
slow
when,
myself down.
and Pangolin accidentally pulls it, trying to find it, and it
got
releases
red
this
thing.
time. Lancelot pulls his, and a parachute opens up. Brain
hasn't
pulls
pulled.
his, and his parachute's up,
I'm
and
keep
you're
flying,
now
I'm not
gently
pulling.
falling. Ignite, have you pulled yours?
No, I just put my wings out to slow myself down.
Okay, yeah,
And
you're
I'm just
slowing down.
flying, I keep flying.
Gem,
Gem's-
2,500 feet.
Yeah. Now, I'm gonna. Yeah. So what Gem's trick is? He can change velocity, while he's bathtubing. So his ruse is that he gets to just before the limit of his
2,000
trees or
feet.
whatever, and then he's just waiting for it. He's loving it. He's rolling about. He's spinning. He sees that Pangolin's okay. He sees the robot's okay.
Before he. So, does anybody else have the ability to have night vision or anything like that?
No,
Just me.
1,500 feet.
So he knows how to do all this, but he doesn't know when he's going to hit the ground.
Follow you
1,000
guys.
feet.
So-
Yeah, that's a good point, Gem. Can you
I'm just
you
flying
can't
at
see the ground
speed
right
of
now?
your parachute.
Well, there's
900,
yeah. What's the range on it anyway?
800.
It's
Gam
9:30
knows.
at night. It's
700.
9:30 at
Dark,
night.
is it?
A
600.
summer evening or a winter evening?
500.
This is you again, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
400.
Yeah. Gams, see, when's the trees?
300.
When does he start? As soon as he feels the trees. No, it's not true.
200.
I think if you feel the trees, it's a bit too late.
Yeah.
I think you can probably maybe make out shadows of trees at this point.
100.
Yeah, I think shadows.
90,
are
80,
trees.
70,
There you go, boom,
60.
and he bathtubs. He bathtubs. He looks down, he sees the trees, and he doesn't do a very good job of it. I'm prepared to not do a good job of it, but he definitely bathtubs because he sees the trees, he sees the tree line. They're really dark shadows, and he just puts himself. He tries to look down at the ground through the trees, and he drops himself in a tree.
Let's get a standard D20 off you to see how well you do.
That's fair.
He ends up with a branch. Up his
And I'm
leg.
going to say now, anything under 6 is not good.
That's also fair.
This is a good time to remind people about hero dice, which allow you to re-roll.
It's also a good time to remind people that people can lose their characters in this campaign. That is a thing.
Take it.
Also, the dice really hate cocky bastards.
I can take it.
Yeah, Pangolin could just fall and be fine.
Yeah.
A minute.
Yep.
Hang on. Oh. Right, let's go. D20
Can't
In
use
chat.
dice.
in chat. 18 in chat.
18. And just before you teleport, you feel a branch whiz past your head. And you quickly teleport. You slow down in your cloud world as you see the ground coming at you. You manage to flip yourself. You land on your feet as you exit, and it's almost perfect. You stumble a little bit, like first time, but yeah, you land safely.
Yeah, Gem is just like he's
The rest of you have no idea.
Whoa.
Disappeared in a fit of darkness. Even with your night vision, he's just a speck in a bunch of trees at the moment.
But I have zoom vision and everything.
And as you're all like falling down, you can't help feel like the parachutes are pulling themselves slightly towards each other and keeping a nice distance, so you're all falling together.
I just try
Shoots
to keep
alive.
an eye on parachutes and fly near the parachutes.
Yeah. And it's only about 2 minutes. You're slowly falling down, and then you just about see the ground when all the parachutes cut, and the rest of you just fall about 8 feet down to the floor.
I'm not even touching the ground.
And in front of you, about 40, 50 feet away, you see this castle.
It's very windy.
It is still very windy.
Now we're on the ground. Can I see Gem anywhere?
You see Gem, he kind of emerges from some of the trees, waving at you.
I'll go and get him and bring him back to the group.
Hey, Igni. That was
Did you die?
amazing. Ho, 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 ho. I live for this. I love it. Absolutely love it. I have done that for a few days, I tell you. That was epic. Alex looks after us.
I don't think he does. Otherwise, he would have told us when to pull the chute. And given us, like, night vision goggles and, you know.
You pulled the chute. But you can fly. You got wings,
You
right?
can't see at night?
Most people can't, as far as I know.
There's enough shadow. You can tell where the treetops are.
You all notice that Gem's still wearing his parachute and his light is now blinking furiously.
Mind you.
Imagine 3 of us have the same thing going on with our light.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone who didn't pull the parachute, you've just got this little light that's going ding 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 ding.
I'm just gonna
Yeah. Oh,
put my fingers on it and melt it.
guys, do any of you know what this means?
It
Hang
means
on, let me
pull
get
the
that, and I melt
parachute.
his as well.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Never
You meant
mind.
pull your parachute, but it doesn't matter. Let me
Igni
just-
just squishes the light and melts into a little blob of plastic on your chest.
You want
I
me to
was
get yours,
doing that, and
Gem?
then I got this blanket.
The blanket's gone, Pangolin.
Yeah.
That made you float down and not splat on the ground.
I don't splat.
Okay,
I'm
well,
feeling
I
the
mean, you would have
pangolin will
splattered
not
the
do
ground.
splat. I think
Lancelot,
the land would do splat.
Yes.
can you roll me a perception check?
A moment.
I melt Gem's light as well.
Thank you.
A perception is there.
Oh, my fingers are gonna stink like plastic now.
Look at this
Um,
place then. Surrounded by
Well-
forest. That's fortunate.
Yeah, and as you're watching Igni like melting all these plastics, you glance up in your HUD where it was telling you your distance to fall, and the coordinates bit where it tells you that your current coordinates. There's something about it that doesn't look right. Like these numbers are so different to what you're used to in London.
We
What
were
do you
going pretty
mean?
fast.
Different.
Like normally when you're in London it's like 65, and if you went up to say like, you know, Scotland it would be like 64. At the moment it's 12.
That's
The latitude or longitude?
One of the above. Don't make me don't.
latitude? No, longitude.
Your numbers are wrong.
I think my numbers are wrong. It'll probably, yeah. Hang on. You know,
Oh, we landed on
We've
the
come
ground.
into-
At longitude 64.
We've
So-
come into a forest.
normally you're used to seeing like 55 north and 3.4 west, like sort of numbers vaguely. Thank you, Google. And at the moment, they're currently showing as 56 north and 106 west.
We'll double check those coordinates against the computer. Where does the computer tell me I am?
And as you load up the computer, it said you're currently in Canada.
Sorry.
Everybody, we have a problem.
What's that?
Under no circumstances approach the moose.
What's a moose?
There are no
What do you mean, moose?
There are no
Look like
mooses,
this.
mooses in England.
Wow.
If you come across a moose, don't approach them. Oh, and there's also bears.
So
They
we're
don't
not.
live in England.
Where are we exactly then?
We're in Canada.
Which bit of
Wait,
Canada?
what? Wait, what? How? What?
Brilliant.
We're in
We
the bit of Canada that's probably French. Don't hold it against them.
We could get
And
some
there's a
anime
castle.
while we're here. They do really good anime here. It'd be great. We could get some. After,
What's anime?
don't worry, it's cartoons with big eyes. You'll be fine. What are we
Okay.
going to do? We need to get to this Canadian. I didn't know there was castles in Canada, but I suppose somebody must have built
There's
one
one
somewhere. Yeah,
Um,
interesting.
But guys, more important question: how are we getting from here to the castle?
Well,
Oh,
it's
great.
40 feet away, so I would imagine walking.
Okay, how do we get into the castle, like without being alerting the castle?
Good question.
go
Has
through.
anybody ever broken into a building before?
Yes.
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 But
Yes.
but you know what? Kinetics have this really nasty habit of making it quite difficult.
Really?
Yeah.
An evil global corporation would make it difficult to break into somewhere?
You
Yeah.
should know, Lancelot. You worked for them.
Well, yes. Yes, I did, but I didn't make
know,
security
we
systems.
We all sense the irony here. Yeah.
So,
Ah.
Castle.
I start walking towards the castle.
Yeah, I start walking towards the castle quietly.
I'm flying towards the castle.
I will attempt to approach the castle quietly.
Yep.
I didn't say
But you know what? I will use my sensors and I will scan for things like traps, booby traps,
Yep.
Infrared white, the laser beams, the whole 9 yards.
I've
And
got
cro-
several different sorts of trap.
Crossing the field to the castle, nothing comes up, nothing pings, and you all relatively somewhat quietly walk across this field, and Nothing. There's nothing there. No, you seem to get across this field, and you make it up to you're probably about 10 feet away from the walls of this castle. You can see the castle has about 5 floors of windows. You've managed to get near to one of the biggest doors that seems to be at the back of the castle that you made your way round to. Everything seems very quiet.
So, any doors?
Got one
So
there.
there's a large double door at the back. It's all wooden. There's big handles on it and a little keypad on the side of the door.
Any cameras?
Not that you can see.
We can go in there.
How high's
Cameras
the
if I
wall?
look really hard.
Say again, sorry?
How high's the wall?
The wall of the there's no outer wall. You're basically at the actual the main building, but it goes up about 25 to 30 feet.
Jump that in the suit.
I could get us up there. We could go in through the roof.
I
There's a
could
door
check the roof
right
to see if
there.
it's safe.
I could fly up there.
Oh, there's a
Roof
door
entrance.
right there.
The door
Yeah,
is
but don't
alarmed.
expect us to come
I
through the
might
door,
even be
Pangolin.
able to get you up there.
I can do it. Pangolin,
What?
are we going to go up? Let's go and just quickly stand up on the roof and have a look around and see what there is. And you're right, Pangolin. Get your hand.
Right.
I'll start flying upwards then.
And Pangolin hears the screech of a moose. That's the sound as he travels through bathtub land with me.
You do.
And then we appear on top, just at the edge of the roof at the top.
And it's you get onto the top of the roof. It's a bit windier up here. There's a bit of snow in the air as you're stood on this roof. And you're on a roof.
Brilliant.
What?
Where's the rest of them?
Is it dark here? It is dark here.
Um,
We travel at night in England. We're now in Canada. Shouldn't it be light here?
That is a very valid point.
But it all depends on
Um,
what part of Canada we're in.
so it's currently 4 o'clock in the afternoon in Canada.
Very
Oh,
cloudy
nice.
today.
It's quite bright.
Well,
But
it's
there
got
is
to
a
be
bit.
sunglasses on.
There is some clouds and some snow cover coming down and everything.
So we
Suddenly
were
it's light and you see shit.
There was just
I
a really
forgot-
thick bit of cloud.
It's almost like a god in the sky forgot about time difference in the world. But yeah,
I'll turn the night vision off then. On the ground,
and
I don't want to be rolling around on the ground
that what you
screaming.
thought was darkness as you were falling and like trying to. It was just the wind. It was just the wind and the
clouds.
snow in your face.
Yeah, the dark clouds.
He's
Yep.
a flat
Yeah,
earth.
it was
fog
like
in
there was a fog. There was a fog of maple from the maple syrup factory up the road. But yeah, you realise it's getting dark. It's like 4 o'clock sort of thing.
Yeah. That's all right.
Well,
So we're on
land
top of the roof. Is there
Yeah,
any
you're on top of
skylights?
them. You see one or two, yeah.
Well, what do you think?
I
Drop
think
down
that
into
we
the
need...
attic?
How are we getting the armoured guy up here?
And jump.
Have you jumped up on the roof?
Yeah.
And I pick Lancelot up with my mental powers and.
I think he's already jumped.
No, I haven't jumped yet. I was waiting for everybody to get away from the edge of the building so I don't accidentally land on them.
Yep.
I just.
So yeah, before I can do that, if
Too
he's
long, I'm just picking them up with my mental powers and trying to get over the building.
Nice.
this feels so indignant.
Be happy I'm not picking you up underneath your elbows, because that would be even weirder. Your armpits,
How are we getting
you know?
in?
I think
Well-
the worst way to carry me would be as if you were carrying me like a small child, in like a, what do they call them, a papoose.
There's a roof over here, and there's a window in it. How big is this? Looking at this hatch.
And this
Never.
first window that you approach is 2 foot by 4 foot.
I could fit in that.
And
All right.
do you look into the window?
Sneakily, I just kind of peer into it ever so, just like
And-
one eye.
You peer into a very colourful room, and there's an easel set up, loads of paints. There's multiple crates that look like they're loaded with paintings.
Ooh.
You would say it's like an art studio that you're looking into.
That looks all right, guys. Art studio. What do you think? Can anybody spot anything?
Check the window for traps and alarms.
Looks like a window.
I could cut it.
Don't worry, I can go through, no problem. But just give
But
us
what
a
about
minute.
us?
I'll open it from the side.
Well, that makes sense.
Is there any? Did you say that aloud
Yeah.
about traps?
Yes.
I just stand back and let you do your thing. Let me know when you're finished.
Right. So, would the sensors in the suit allow me to check for, say, for example, alarm contacts?
They would be able to give you certain things.
Like an electrical current running up to the window,
Yeah.
for example.
Yeah. Yeah, and as you kind of look at this, your suit kind of starts analysing, and it does detect an electric current and a slight heat signature on the glass that would indicate a sensor of some sort. And you get a little warning on your hood.
Yeah. I will point this out to the rest of the group. Power and heat leading up to section over here. I think
damn
the
it.
window is alarmed.
Or
That's a
heated.
bit of a...
How can a window be alarmed?
It could be a heated window, like was in
Like,
that
oh.
last place.
Yeah, but a window doesn't have any emotions or sentient.
Does
Can-
this crew have any? Then you guys have anything that can disarm it?
Yeah.
No, apart from punching it and setting it off.
Oh.
I have a question. You said there's snow here, right?
Mm,
It's snowing.
yep, it is
Is
snowing.
any snow settling on the window?
There
Or is
is
it melting?
around you. You do notice there is like about 2 centimeters worth of snow on the roof, but all the windows are clear.
And they're just heated windows, guys. See?
Can you fly and lock go? Can we check some of the side windows? Maybe the ones that are a bit higher up on the gable end there aren't actually alarmed because they wouldn't
I don't
necessarily
think
be
it's
expecting.
alarmed. I drop a lump of snow on the window.
And you hear this thud as it hits the window, and the ball of snow starts to just slide down the window, and you see like water starts gathering around it, but it does slide straight off the window.
All right then, guys. Listen, we're going to have to hit an alarm at some point. We haven't got long. If we're going to hit an alarm and we hit one right now, well, we'll know about it when kinetics arrive. This is the boss's house, or at least one of his houses. It's not going to be easy.
Right.
Why
I
the
mean,
I'll
big
go
don't
in.
windows?
have a window.
I'll just wait here. I'll open it from the inside, and then that
And
way
you'll
at least we
be
don't have to break
freezing.
it. Aye. And I looked through the window, and I just bathtub through the window into the floor underneath and reach up and
Yep.
unlock it.
And you enter this little art studio. You're immediately met with the warmth that's inside this house, and you very quickly see from the window there's like a little panel on the wall with a little open and close button.
Yeah.
And,
So I'm just like, well, in for a penny, and I press it.
and you press the open, and the window opens 2 centimeters.
There you go, guys. Can you fit through that?
What is
Yeah.
holding the
Look at it.
window up?
Like, seriously.
Is it like little metal prongs holding the window up?
At the moment, you can see there's two little hydraulics that are lifting one end of the window up, and at the top end, it's all on a hinge.
I press the button again to see if I can for the next.
The button lights up to say that you've pressed it, but it doesn't do anything else.
Can I sever the hydraulics? Oh,
Yeah. There's enough room for you to like get your finger in, yeah?
who won between me and Pangolin then?
Yeah.
I'm very slow.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I just want to melt them away.
yeah.
Free the
And
window.
so you hold the window with one arm and like just run your hand underneath and you slice them, and yeah, the next minute this whole window is just like open and you can just lift it completely open.
There we go. Right, everyone in because it's really cold.
Nice in here, look. Bob Ross lives here.
Who?
Yeah, we'll lower everybody down into the room that needs lowering, and then I'll.
Who is the last in?
That would probably be me, on the grounds that I'm not entirely sure if my character could actually fit in wearing the armor.
Well, I'm holding
Okay.
the window open, so
So who's the last in?
me. I'm holding the window open while Lancelot tries to climb in. So if he can get in, then me. Otherwise, we're both still on the roof.
You get in. It's a little bit of a squeeze, but yeah, it's a tight squeeze. But yeah, you can all get in. I said did I say 3x4, 2x6?
By four.
2x4, I think it said.
It's a big window.
window.
It's a big window.
Wait a
Pangolin,
minute. What?
I want you to make a roll here, please.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Um,
Not a kitty.
can you roll me awareness?
No.
Let's get your awareness here.
Because roll 20 frozen. I'm gone.
Your greatest asset.
5.
And
I'm very aware of things.
you lower yourself in, and as you kind of let go and drop in, you kind of forgot about holding the window, and as you all watch Pangolin drop from the ceiling, the
Oh,
window
frozen.
swings in to the room. You hear this almighty crunch, and the whole window pane drops down into the room and smashes on the floor in front of you.
Can I try and
Oh.
capture the window before it shatters?
You could try if you want to roll your telekinetically.
I'm not that close to the window, so I need to.
Yeah. Let's. It's going to be an agility thing here because you can easily grab the window. It's a matter of whether or not you react quick enough.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to roll your agility,
Ooh. Probably gonna go very wrong.
and you see the glass and you quickly like, oh, but the glass hits the floor. But you do, like, once it's hit the floor, you are holding a quarter of the window in midair, like 2 centimeters off the floor.
Whoops.
I flick
Right.
Pangolin on the head.
I remember what I forgot.
Dum dum.
Really? Do you?
Well then, at least we're inside now.
Can I listen and see if I can hear anything stirring after the
Yeah,
shattering?
you can listen if you want to roll perception.
I would like to check for cameras.
Yeah, you listen out. You can't hear anything, and Lancelot, you quickly scan the room. There's no cameras in here.
I think somehow we haven't alerted everything. Maybe.
Well, that avoids a
true.
fight for now.
For a facility that is owned by Kinetic, it's really
What the
not
hell?
that well guarded.
Nah, they usually have stuff in the basement. Let's see if
What
we can find
pictures are there?
anything on the way down.
Say again, Igni?
What are the pictures of, if there is any lying around?
So all the pictures that you can see are all in these crates.
Penguin, can you open one of these, please?
Yeah.
Hang on, did he have a "this is an alarmed" thing?
No,
I want
it just
Maybe
looks
if
like
you were to open the door next to the alarm sign, it might set off an alarm.
it just looks like a wooden crate. But you notice as you go to this particular crate that it's on the side of it is today's date.
You made these today, I guess.
That must be
I tried
fresh.
opening it.
Yeah. And it takes you a bit of force. Pangolin kind of comes over and just lifts up the top, and you hear all the nails go ding, 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 ding as he lifts the top up.
There you go.
And in front of you, you see there is 5 sections with 5 paintings inserted in.
I'm just going to take one out.
Okay. And the first one you take out is a picture of Pangolin.
I knew
That's
it.
familiar.
It's you, dummy.
Oh,
Can I take out the rest of the pictures?
Do
Yeah.
I recognise the style? Does it look anything like the style of a certain child that painted in a certain kinetics facility?
what?
It does. And as you pull them all out, you pull out a painting for each and every one of you.
Oh well.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Is it of my armor or is it of me?
It is of you in your armor in the room that you're in right now.
This is a bit disturbing.
Igni, as you pull open your picture, you see you holding your painting. Holding your painting. Holding your painting. Holding your painting. And it
I
just
know.
goes off into a very tiny picture.
I know who did these.
That's very detailed.
This is one of Kinetic's progenies. This is one of the kids that, well...
Are you sure it's not Walter Hugh himself, since this is his house, and this is clearly an art studio in his house?
Lots of people can live in a house, Igni.
He's not... Walter Hughes isn't... Nah, this is...
Maybe he's got a mutant kid.
Well, maybe it's his... Yeah, that's possible. But I met somebody that drew and painted just like this in a facility, in a Kinetics facility, and every
Well, you
single
met
one of their paintings... Yeah, they were sitting about, standing around in the foyer when I was trying to infiltrate quietly with Alex before he buggered off and left me alone. And then I met this little douche called Ben. An absolute arse of a kid, but you seem alright, Igni, so there you go.
I mean, I'm going to take that as a compliment, but you did kind of just say that I'm better than an arse, so thanks.
You've never been in a Kinetics facility, have you?
Nope, I've been in Sanctuary my whole life.
Well, there you go then. Just be thankful because you have a better life in Sanctuary than you would ever have in one of the Kinetics facilities. Let's just make sure you never end up there.
They wouldn't be able to hold me in one anyway.
Don't be so sure. You should see some of the tech they're developing. They've got these bands they can put on people now, and it kind of suppresses your powers. They have
I'll
to
just
get
be
it on first.
backing away at the mention of that. I'll try and sort of slink into the background as much as I can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but to get the band on me, they'd have to avoid getting a face full of fire.
Nah,
Or have their stomachs melted out from their chest.
I like it. Yeah, well. Anyway, this isn't altogether the surprise that we thought it might be. But what do you think, Pango? Is this a good likeness of you?
I'm keeping it.
We can't, pal. Sorry.
Oh,
If we come back up this way,
Is there a knife anywhere? Like a pen knife? Or like a...
Yeah,
box
there's a Stanley knife on one of the counters amongst a load of tools.
Can I cut the picture out of Pangolin and roll it up?
they can be short.
Yes. Yeah, you can easily do that. It takes you a few seconds, but yeah, you can cut the painting off the actual frame and roll it up. You do
I'm gonna
notice
burn mine.
as you do notice this, and you roll it up at the bottom corner. As you roll it up and you see the back side of it, you notice there is another date on it that was about 6 months ago.
Oh, so this is when it was painted.
And if you were to check the other paintings, they all have random dates on, but none of them are closer than 6 months.
This is weird, guys. I don't like it.
So
Okay.
wait, if this kid you said painted this, is that kid a mutant?
What do you think?
I think
Yes.
That kid has premonition powers.
That's right.
I've never been to the surface, so I can't see how they would have seen me before.
That's
I've
what
seen this
premonition is.
Yeah, somebody's one of their star pupils is able to see into the future, so they know that there's a chance that we are all here, which is kind of worrying because that means they'll. Well, I'm not going to say too much, but yeah, might have to get our game faces on, guys.
If they know we are
Oh,
here today, why aren't there any guards or?
Because they don't. Because the premonitions were in a sealed box that hadn't been opened yet.
With the date on it.
I think
Hey,
we need
they-
to hurry up.
But
They've
it's
not
pink
checked.
6 months ago. Do you think they would keep it up? Out
No,
of the
they were all painted different times. His was
They've
painted
sh-
6 months ago. The rest were
they've
all like
shipped it.
random dates.
They've shipped it from the facility. That's why it's here.
So they've not been checked yet. We're still in the clear.
I
Maybe.
think we need to hurry up though.
I think you're right.
Anyone observing the paintings? I want you to give me a perception roll now,
Okay.
as you're all discussing this.
I'm waiting for Ignis to call my painting out.
That's weird.
Your word.
I rolled another 20.
Broken dice.
Oof. I'm bad.
Yeah. Igni, you notice something as you're all discussing this with the paintings. All the paintings are all of you in this room, and you can all work out like the room in the background. And you just happen to glance over Lancelot's painting, and you can actually see today's date in his visor.
Whoops.
And as you look at Lancelot, you can actually see today's date in reverse, like on his hood.
Mental note. When I get back to the workshop, I'm going to have a tinted visor.
So I think they might have a good idea that we are in here. Well, they have a good idea that some people are in here on this day. This might maybe explain why it doesn't seem like anyone's here, because it's a trap.
Right.
But
Right.
if we're here, we need to find whatever we can and get the shit out of here. And I think maybe the fuck stealth.
Right.
Aye.
So
Let's send
brute force
Pangolin in
ignorance.
first. Aye, Pangolin, do you want to open that door and walk out it?
I walk over and go through the door.
Gem and Pangolin, can you just make me a quick perception check?
It looks like a door. That's a really good roll.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought
And-
having a heads-up display would be such a with just
Right, you
a
done?
bad thing.
Gem, you say this to Pangolin, and then you kind of get concentrated. Pangolin, Gem's just told you to get through the door, and you're looking around, and you cannot see a door.
Did he point
Anywhere.
to something? Did he point in a
He
direction?
kind of just like waved his hand, like, "Go get out the door."
I
But
just
like,
walked through the wall where he pointed.
Yep.
yeah, okay.
Hopefully, it's not an
And-
exterior wall.
And you all you kind of watch, but you didn't expect it. You just see Pangolin walk through you all as you're all talking, and next minute there's this loud crash as Pangolin walks through a wall.
Yep. Gem knows that's what Pangolin does. He's demolitions expert.
Why didn't he use the door? Wait,
There isn't
Oh.
one.
that would explain why he didn't use the door.
But
We've got a door
It's
now.
a secret door.
no. As Pangolin walks through this door, this wall, there is like a section next to him that kind of collapses, which reveals like a secret door that was invisible inside the room, but clearly, he's now onto a corridor outside. But like, there was no way to open the door from inside the room you were in.
Oh, it's a cell.
Mm.
It's a cage.
So, for politeness' sake, I'm going to leave the room through the door.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's pretty much the pangolin hole / door. It's all kind of the same. You have to walk onto the door that's now collapsed down. But yeah,
I'm gonna rip all the other paintings out and bring them with me. Of us.
Yeah. And you're now onto in a nice, cozy, like hotel corridor. The walls are white. There's a nice, like reddish carpet running through. It's well lit. You can see there's a couple more doors, and the corridor turns and bends in a few places.
I don't suppose there's a handy map on the wall with "You are here."
No.
Okay.
So, if
They
you
know
were
where we are.
a CEO of a company, where would you keep all your secrets?
On a computer.
In a secret room.
Whoa.
Secret room.
Lead on then, I guess. You seem to have a better idea than I do.
Just come from a
And-
secret room.
We are just going to we're going to leave it there for a minute. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break, if you don't mind. So we all left. We left just before the break. You had all exited via the pangolin hole.
Excuse me.
Shaped hole.
And you were on this corridor.
Is there any doors in the corridor?
There are a couple of doors on this corridor, yes.
We don't know what we're looking for. And we don't know where it is.
Every door.
Seems like the logical explanation.
Mm-hmm.
Or,
Let's make it easy.
With my telekinesis, and so that we could just walk past and look in.
yeah.
I say we make it easy for Andy, and we all split the party, and we all take a different direction. We all open doors individually.
Hagen, rule
No,
number 1.
let's not do that. No.
Never split the party.
No.
You can do
Uh,
that.
I go to the first door
We
on
could
the
take a
left.
different level each, Hagen. That would be all right, wouldn't it?
Sorry?
And a different level each would be fine. So we're walking on the corridor and the doors have opened. Do we see anything in the doors as we walk past them?
There's nothing in the corridor as you're walking through. Do you open any of these other doors?
I open the first one on the left and go in.
Okay.
Yeah, first one. On the left.
And you open this door, and it's a bedroom. So it's like a
How unexpected.
young lad's bedroom. There's a bed, there's a desk, there's a game console and a TV and everything.
Which
Or a
console?
diary.
It's a Z Cube, that famous console.
I'm more of the game station.
Is there a diary or anything in like under the pillow and bedside drawer under the mattress? If I just have a quick.
You going into the room?
Yeah.
You said
Yeah,
young
Girl
lad's
poster.
room, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like it's all decorated as you would expect for a lad. There's like football jerseys and whatnot on the floor, all crumpled up.
I
Touch
bathed up to the
nothing.
front of the night. I bathed up to the other door. Right, the brain opened.
Yep. And you open this door, and it's a girl's room. It's very neat and tidy, nice and clean. There's a nice smell of potpourri as you open the door.
Just getting
Um,
Should definitely have a diary.
Going to check on the back side of the door, the room side of the door, I should say. Does
Yeah.
it have a handle?
No.
So these are all
as
cells,
you,
basically.
as you look at the door from the inside, you can very quickly tell that once this door's shut, there'd be no way to even... You'd struggle to see where the door is, but there would be definitely no way for you to open it from inside this room.
Okay, this is
Excuse me.
definitely a prison.
All these doors have that.
This is what they do in kinetics. They lock people away.
So are we on the cell level then? Because if this is a prison, then there should be a guard station somewhere nearby.
We're at the top of the stairs.
These rooms look way too too good for a cell.
Guys,
Yeah,
I
but
don't
if-
think what we're looking for is in this kid's room. I think what we're looking for might be somewhere a bit lower down. Maybe we should try the stairs and see what's on the floor below.
Did I find
Yeah.
anything in the boys' room?
No, nothing diary, no writings, no laptops, no technology or any sort.
Can I do
Except
the
there's
same
a
check
cube.
in the? Can I do the same check in the other room, in the girls' room?
Yeah, it'll take you a few minutes, but yeah, the rooms
Pangolin.
are quite large. They've all got a little ensuite and everything. Quite nice.
Are there use of power alarms?
Pangolin, can you go down the stairs first? I'll come behind you.
Right. I'll walk over to the stairs and go down them.
You don't see any stairs. You're just in a corridor at the moment that seems to wrap round into more corridors.
I'm
Ah.
walking in the corridor.
So while we're traversing the corridors, I will look for anything that might be considered a guard station, or I don't know, a nurse's station, some sort of utility room.
So do you kind of move away from the rest
These
to look for this? Because Igny's just gone into one of the girls' rooms that you've just opened. Pangolin again are kind of just stood looking round, trying to work out where a staircase is. Are you going off?
I'll move to the end of the corridor. I'll move to the end of this corridor, but I'll peer around it rather than walking around it.
Yep.
See if I can see what the rest of this level is
And
like.
as you look down this turn, you just see more corridor.
This place is a hotel.
Like it would fit how the building looked on the outside.
Yeah. Is it fitting the architecture, or is it?
Yeah.
I mean, no. It's kind of like you're in a very posh hotel sort of thing. It's
I think, as in, like,
I mean,
physically, would it fit,
big on the
or is it
inside.
non-Euclidean?
at the moment, from what you can tell, yeah, you're only on one corridor. That seems reasonable for the size of the castle that was outside.
Brain, you know that thing you do with the doors? Can you do this corridor as well?
Opening doors, you mean?
Aye, those ones. Look, there's about another, how many? 6 down this corridor.
1, 2,
And I opened them.
3,
Um,
4.
Lancelot,
Five.
can you give me a perception roll for me?
The way I'm rolling tonight, the answer is probably no, but let's try.
That's still a roll. It's not a very good one. That's still a roll. It's just not a very good one.
I do apologise for chat. For some reason, whilst I have roll 20 up, it is freezing the cameras, but I will try and get that sorted. You roll. You carry on heading down this corridor, looking for some sort of security station. And you left the others behind without realising, I'm afraid. And they're a bit of a distance away from you.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen The Shining. I know what happens next.
Yeah. And so you're walking down this corridor, and there's just more and more doors, and you get to a dead end with a left and right turn.
T-split.
I'll return to the rest of the party. I know what happens next.
And as you turn round, Lancelot, to head back, there's a wall behind you. And there isn't a corridor that you've just come down.
Is this the Forbidden Maze?
I believe the expletive I'm looking for at the moment is cock.
You're looking for cock?
I'm going to punch the wall.
Okay. You
Wall
punch
fell.
this wall, and you hear this crunch as the wall kind of cracks and everything, but it doesn't give way, and your fist ends up rebounding back into yourself, and it kind of hurt. It's like you've just hit some, you've punched through walls before, and this is literally just, it's not even really made a dent in the wall. You can see like a small crack on the paint where your fist was, but The wall has not shifted.
Gem turns
Either
round.
either this is a solid wall, or this is something that you've never met before.
Pangolin's in front of Gem. Brain's coming up behind. Igny's in the room just round the corner.
And you have
we
no
don't-
sight of Lancelot. He went round a
cannot see
corner.
Lancelot. So he walked on ahead of us, did he? And
Yeah,
then
he
turned
walked on
he go
ahead
into
and
the-
then went round a corner.
Right. Guys,
What?
Yep.
we need to stick together. Pangolin, can we all walk behind you just for a bit?
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm
Igny.
still looking.
Just leave it. It's fine. There's more. Look, come and see this. There's a whole bunch more of the same rooms.
Did I find anything in this room?
You found nothing in this room.
Okay, I'll join the others then.
Lancelot went ahead to look. He was scouting, but well,
Where is he?
he hasn't come back.
Do we actually have communication things to communicate with each other if we're not close to each other?
Yo,
Um,
do this.
In-
Once
in-
more.
You didn't have a radio or anything?
Can I
Don't hear
look
him.
around the corner? Where
Oh, where-
Lancelot probably went.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we walked
and-
down with.
And
in,
you get
Pangolin
to
in front, yeah.
you get to this corner where you last saw Lancelot, and you look down, and there is a corridor.
Where the hell's he gone? Lancelot.
Okay, so the way back is now blocked.
There is no way back. You turn round and there was a wall there, as if you never even came down a corridor.
Right. So we'll turn back to towards my original direction, and
Yep.
there's a T junction in front of me.
You're at a T. You were at a T junction. You're now kind of just stood in the middle of a corridor.
Any doors?
You look down the corridor and there are doors.
Okay, I will go left,
Okay, you're going left,
and I will open the first door that comes along.
and you open the first door. Did you see the previous rooms that they'd opened?
Yes.
Okay, you're presented with the same lad's room.
So
Looks-
logically,
Identical.
Did you know if he went left or right? We don't have a left or right. We just have a single turn.
No, you just have a single turn that's in the middle of this corridor leading straight down.
So should we go? Maybe he's just up ahead. We can catch up with him.
Yeah,
Right.
let's go. Bring.
Yeah.
Can you sense him?
How would I be able to sense them?
I don't know. Can you hear something? You said that.
I just hear weird voices in my head. I don't know who they are. They just live in my head.
Brain. Can you hear any voices that sound like a scared nerd?
not scared.
And Brain, you can only hear the voices of your party that are
none of
with
them.
you.
Right.
That are with you.
I hear multiple scared nerds in my head, but I don't know who they are.
Not a nerd.
One voice is just going, I thought his name was Brian.
Right, let's, I guess, keep going.
Yeah, we're walking
Stay
forward
together.
with Pangolin in front, and we're just
Yep.
walking behind them.
Okay, and you're walking down this corridor.
And I say to the others, you might not know this, or you might. I don't know. Have you ever seen Pangolin getting shot? Just make sure you don't get the ricochet.
I can take it.
Wait, I'm gonna get shot.
Should I maybe keep a mark so we know where we're going?
Oh, I've gotten shot sometimes. They never really hit me because I just stopped the bullet.
Aye.
Andy, are these walls just brick, or do they have like decoration on them?
They look like wooden plastered white walls
Oh, that's more annoying.
with a little lamp every few feet.
A superheated finger wouldn't immediately burn wood. It would just score it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to, as we're walking, just have a finger against the left wall, just scoring a burn mark in it as we go.
Yeah, okay.
Not enough to burst into
Yeah.
flames, but able to leave a mark.
And as you do it, you hear the little crackle of the paint cracking and everything, and you look behind and you see like a very tinted black charcoaly line where your nail's been.
Nice thinking, like Hansel and Gretel. Huh, good one, Igni. Aye, like it.
If something weird happens, at least we might be able to find a way back here.
What are these rooms in? What's in this one appear into the next one?
And you peer into a lad's room, very much like the first one that you've seen. It looks
This is-
identical.
Typical kinetic chic, this is.
That's confusing.
Yeah, well, you know what the weird thing is of all? All these rooms look identical. We entered a higher level. Where is a way down?
Well,
Very
we can
cool.
easily make one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
let's
know,
go and see.
but
Let's
how
see if
would-
we can.
how would Kinetic get here? Because Kinetic doesn't have any superpowers. They hate us.
Maybe there's an
No.
elevator, at the end of the corridor. We've walked down one corridor. It's a big castle.
Unfortunately, Brain, what we've discovered is kinetics are using complicit young mutants and training them up to basically be their personal army. That's what they do to the ones they catch and the ones that will behave themselves. The ones that don't behave themselves, and we're saying this as we're walking down the corridor. The one that don't behave themselves, well, we know what happens to them. They are ended.
Or the
in-
rescue we're after.
They
Some
try.
way.
They at least try to end us.
Aye,
I mean,
and sometimes they're
it- it-
successful. Or they slap a collar on them.
Yeah, they
Look in the next
never-
room.
They were never able to do that to me.
And you
I
look in the
stopped
next
them.
room, and it's a very nice and tidy girl's room, and the smell of potpourri wafts as you open the door, and it looks identical to the one you've seen before.
Any sign of Lancelot?
Nope.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Right, have we seen these marks before on the wall? I mean, I'll look at I'll look at Igni. Have you seen your marks again?
I don't think so.
No, you're still going down the corridor. There's
No
no
corridor.
mark ahead of you.
Can I look behind me to check to see if they're still there?
Do we see if there is a little
And
incline corridor, like it's going a little bit as a turnaround of this?
no,
just
it's a straight corridor. Igni, as you turn around to look behind you, your scratch mark only starts about a foot behind you.
Ah, guys, I think I know. That's weird. Look,
Ah, yeah, I look round. Oh yeah,
How is this possible?
Wow.
We've been walking for I don't know how long, longer than that this corridor should fit in this entire castle.
guys, I
Pangolin.
have an idea.
I've got an idea.
Lancelot!
I think you might have the same idea again.
Lancelot! Balls right there, guys. Lancelot. You go back into the corridor, having peered into another room. You see this corridor stretching in both ways. All of a sudden, as you look down this corridor, you see a man.
Gun.
Um,
Not that man.
you see this man.
Which man?
Hagen, you see him, yeah?
Oh, Higgins.
Yeah, yeah. So,
We're all getting too excited.
We don't get to see him, man.
And this man is stood in the middle of the corridor, staring at you.
Oh, it's Mr. Anderson.
You're not supposed to be watching stream. Shush.
How far away is he?
He's about 30 feet down the corridor. Just stood watching you.
Hello?
And
Anything from him?
As you say hello, the corridor starts to darken.
Ah, I got night vision, dark vision, that's fine.
It doesn't seem to be working right now. The corridor's going very dark. And the doors start fading around you. And the lights start going out around you. Pop, pop. As they go out with a little flash.
Okay.
And this man starts walking towards you. And the room shifts. And what was originally a flat floor now bends, and you feel as if he's above you and he's walking downhill. And this corridor starts to bend and twist.
Right. I'm going to wait until he gets close enough, about 20 feet away, and then I'm going to pop smoke.
And as he gets closer to you and the lights fade, all that's left is darkness. And the floor disappears. He's almost a few feet away from you, and you go to, you pull your activation. You know you've done it a dozen times before. And you look down, and your suit is gone. You're not stood on a floor. You're just in the vacuum of a dark void.
Okay then, I'll do the last minute nerd panic thing. I'll freak out slightly, grip him by the ears when he gets close enough, and headbutt him.
And you plan this in your head, but you go to grab him as he stands right in front of you. You freeze. You can't. You feel your arms, but you've lost your power. You go to scream, and you can feel it. Nothing comes out, and you fade to black. Yeah. Igni, you were saying?
Oh God, I forgot. Pangolin. Gem, I think you have the same idea. I just point at the ground and then point at Pangolin.
Right.
Pangolin, can you make some stairs?
Dig.
I slam my foot down on the ground and start burrowing.
And as you slam against this floor, you hear this almighty crunch. And the carpet that was there is just pounded and like rips and tears. But the floor doesn't change.
What?
Remember under my house, Pangolin, when we found those kids throwing Jim around?
What?
Nobody threw Jim.
No, well, we should have done. That'd have been funny. I think this is... We've seen this before, haven't we? When you've been digging, you've found stuff you couldn't break. Was it the same stuff?
I don't know. Is it the same stuff?
I
mean, I'm pretty good at burrowing through stuff. So.
You're pretty good at burrowing through stuff, but you didn't even make a dent in this floor. I mean, you destroyed the carpet, but the floor just... You've never known it like this. I mean, you remember when you like had that metal, like you still felt the metal clink and everything, and you could feel its thickness and that. This just felt like not like as almost just slamming your normal fist against a hard concrete floor. It just there was nothing.
Weird. I don't feel it. Don't feel like. Don't feel right.
Up.
Well, I think we need to get out of here, guys. Gather round.
To the guys, move, and I try a mental blast on the floor to see if it cracks. Then.
Nice.
And you feel this push on the floor, but nothing. You might as well have just gone on the floor. You just feel it just spread across the floor, and it doesn't take any effect.
And do you have a question?
Yes.
Sorry. Would Igni have maybe had a prank done on her before by a kid who might be able to put mental images into your head back in Sanctuary?
Possibly?
Would this feel potentially like anything similar to that?
No.
It doesn't feel like anything's messing with my mind. Okay.
You can check if you wish, and you can like have a see if you do feel anything. But
can I try to do that?
Yeah. You want to? It will be a 2 seconds.
Dice roll.
Sorry?
A dice roll.
Will be a dice roll, yes.
Yeah,
It's usually
awareness
insight,
or
illusions.
will.
Yeah, insight or will. I think there's probably be more insight on this point. You want to roll your insight?
18.
Yeah, you don't feel anything.
Okay.
Walls word. I get up and punch one of the walls.
And as you punch one of the walls, the wall caves in and you see a hole, and the hole leads into another corridor.
This wall leads to a corridor.
It's
Something
the same.
weird going on.
It looks the same corridor that you're in right now.
Gem, can you teleport?
Alright, well,
Bathtub in.
I think what I'm going to do is just try and calculate the approximate weight of us all minus Lancelot and see if I can just quickly get everyone back to the roof. Because I'm not liking this corridor very much, and anything that this guy can't break is a problem. And anything that you can't break, well, that looked like a pretty nasty blast you did there. Melt it?
Yeah. Let me give it a go.
Well, go on then. Torch.
I'll rub my hands together and place both of them on the floor and try to use my superheated hands to burn through
And
the floor.
the carpet sets on fire. That's where your hands are. And you see the paint of the floor starts to crack and everything. But that's it. It reveals like a white layer underneath it. But that doesn't crack. Nor does it warm up.
It's not working, is it, Igni?
No, I don't know what this is.
Come on. I think I can manage to get us. You're pretty light.
We can't leave Lancelot, though.
Well, we're going to have to. So we'll go back in and get him from the ground floor.
Okay.
Can I manage to bathtub back to the roof with the guys in tow?
You can try, yeah. You're going to grab them all and bathtub?
Yep.
And you do what you've always done. You vape. You've transform yourself into your little travel world. And normally, you just follow back the route that you've come through. It's a bit weird, but you follow it back, and you're still stuck in this corridor. And as you follow back, you're in more corridor.
Well, isn't this the jolly fun?
And
we might be in a bit of a situation here, guys.
And as you reappear for a moment, you notice none of them are with you.
We can go.
The rest of you all just saw Gem disappear in front of you. You didn't go with him.
Guys, this
He's probably
Banglin.
gone to the roof. He'll be back.
Okay. This is weird.
I just want to get out of here.
I wonder, can I? Because fuck it, I haven't used it yet. I'm gonna take a few steps away from the group, like a couple of steps, not like going too far away. Keep my eye on them. I'm gonna pull the red lever to deploy the parachute.
To deploy the parachute?
Yeah, the red one, not the return one.
Yeah.
Just to have a big piece of material in here.
You pull the lever and you hear the thread rip through, and out rolls out the back of you a load of parachute.
Does it touch against anything?
The floor?
Okay, but it doesn't seem to be hitting a wall, like an invisible wall.
It doesn't expand. It just rolls out in its neat, patented form and just falls onto the floor, still half rolled up and everything.
Pretty big. If I was to roll it out, so it's rolled out long.
Yeah.
Does it hit a wall before it stops?
I mean, it rolls out along the corridor. I mean, sideways it might hit the walls and everything, but yeah, there's plenty of corridor.
Okay, I'm gonna throw it down the corridor if I can. Ball it up and try and throw it down the corridor.
Okay.
Best I can.
And
does it hit anything?
The moment you let it go and you throw it, kind of expands into the corridor and just like falls down about 6 feet away from you. Doesn't hit anything. It just catches the air in the corridor and then kind of falls all down.
Do you reckon there's a fire anti-fire system?
No, set something on fire and find out.
Yeah. You're on your own in... Not you. Gem, you're on your own in this corridor. You're wondering for a second where everyone is, when all of a sudden the lights start to dim and fade.
Oh, jolly fucking good.
And as you glance down the corridor, you see a man.
This is seeming vaguely familiar to something that Gem's done before, and I can't quite, as a player, bring it back.
Recognize this man.
Yeah.
From the bank.
You recognize this man as the guy from the bank.
Hey.
When last everything went weird for you.
And I go, alright, pal, how's it going?
And as you say that, all the lights around you start to flicker and pop, they start going out around you as they fade.
I bath towards him and punch him in the face. I bathtub towards him and punch him in the face.
As you go to bathtub, you kind of just don't. You just, like, in the corridor.
Oh, well, fuck you then, I say to him very loudly. Gonna get you, you bastard. I'm gonna get you. You know that, don't you?
You feel
you know that.
You know that. You feel the gravity shift, and where you would normally stood on a flat corridor, it's almost as if like you're up a tube, and all of a sudden you start feeling a pull backwards.
Under normal circumstances, my friend, this might be fun, but could you stop dicking about with us now, do you think?
And you end up having to drop down to your knees to grab the floor to stop yourself from sliding down this corridor.
No way, I'm sliding down the corridor.
You let yourself go?
This is great fun.
And
sure.
And you slide down.
Well.
And as you slide down, you look down, and just darkness just goes past you, and you fade to black.
Shouting, "Gonna get you, you bastard!" While that's happening.
Igni, Pangolin, and Brain.
Guys, what do you... If I was to set the place on fire...
I can take it.
I can't influence
That's the end of the sentence. I can try it. Do you think you'll be okay?
Yeah, I can take it.
Okay, well that's 3 yeses and no comment. You're shaking your head, but you're outvoted. I turn around, and I take a deep breath, and I just breathe a big cone of flame into the corridor.
And you breathe this big cone of flame. Everything goes bright around you and light. And Pangolin and Brain, you kind of take cover of this giant fireball erupts around you.
I tried to use my telekinetic to make the flame go past me.
Yeah, and you do.
I'm not doing it
I just
towards
done that.
you. I'm doing it the other way from the group.
The heat kind of echoes back to you and everything, but you're blinded. You turn around, you're kind of like, oh. And then it fades, and it's gone. And Pangolin and Brain, you're just on your own in this corridor.
Oh, bullshit.
Igni, you're blasting this fire around you and everything. You feel the roar and the intense. And as you let it go to see what it had done, the corridor is there. There are no burn marks. And you are on your own.
Okay.
And the lights start to dim.
Igni is panicked, so she's going to just let her energy aura go, and she's just going to superheat the immediate area.
And you go to superheat it, and you build it.
That's not like a thing that goes out. It just her skin goes superheated and burns the area.
you do what you feel the power build up, but then nothing. No heat, no flame, no power, no light. And you see this man stood at the corridor.
Do I feel anything in my head now?
Nope. You don't feel anything in your head. This man stares at you.
I stare
You feel
back
cold. The temperature drops as it goes dark.
How far away from me is he? Exactly.
He's about 20 feet away from you
Exactly
staring.
how far away from me is he?
Exactly 21 feet, 0.379.
Okay. Because I can. It's probably not going to work anyway. But I'd like to try and breathe fire at him.
Yeah. And you go, you feel the energy build up. And nothing kind of comes out. It's like an empty word. It's like there's no breath in your lungs. There's no power. You feel it inside you ready. It just doesn't emerge.
And I move.
You move. But as you move, you feel a sensation as if you're in water. And it's cold.
I start flapping.
You've never known it so cold.
I start flapping.
And you flap and you flap and you flap. And before you realise it, you're drowning. There's water all around you, and you look up and you just see this silhouette of this man stood above you, staring down at you through the water.
I have a rebreather. Can I put it in my mouth?
You go for it, but there's nothing there. You just... and you fade to black.
I don't like this man.
Pangolin, Brain,
fire. He's gone.
You're in this corridor. You're alone with each other.
Hi, Brian. Where'd Igni go?
I don't know. But something weird is happening around here. This corridor is longer than the entire building is, which is not possible.
Yep.
People are here.
I mean, I can't get through the walls. Can't get through the floor. I didn't try the ceiling yet.
I just look around. Do I see anything weird of the walls, or still just the same corridor?
Same corridor. And as you're both stood there, the lights start to fade.
I didn't pay the power bill.
And then all of a sudden,
I'm like, Pangolin, hold my hand.
the light next to you.
Nothing weird, but hold my hand.
I grab onto his hand.
You grab his hand and you're holding hands in this corridor that's getting darker and darker. And then you both see at one end of this corridor a man staring at you.
Let go. If we let go, we might end up alone.
Hi, I'm Pangolin. This is Brian.
Brain, but
This is Brain. Your name's not Brian.
And as the man looks at you, you see a little smirk on his face.
do I hear something in my head?
You hear nothing in your head at this moment. Not even Pangolin. Absolute silence.
I have a lot there, so.
And you're that busy fixating on this man, you didn't even notice that you're now floating in black space. And the corridor is gone.
Floor's gone.
And the last vision you all see is this man's face smiling at you as you all fade to black.
Infinite,